Malvern Theatre, performing on the traditional land of the Boonwurrung and Wurundjeri people. We offer our respects to their elders past and present and recognise the cultural heritage of this land. Just a little housekeeping before we start the show. Out of respect for your fellow audience members and the cast, please now turn off all mobile phones and paging devices. We hope you enjoy the performance.
When shall we three meet again, in thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly's done, and the battle's lost and won.
And we'll be here at the set of sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath.
Let's meet with Macbeth.
I come, Grey Malkin.
And it calls.
None.
Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air.
What bloody man is that? He can report, as seemeth by his plight of the revolt, the new estate.
Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil, as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their art. The merciless MacDonald from the western isles of Cairns and Gallo glasses is supplied. But brave Macbeth, well he deserves that name. Disdaining fortune, he's brandished steel which smoked with bloody execution. Like Valor's minion, carved out a passage till he faced the slave, and ne'er shook hands nor bade farewell to him, till he'd unseamed him from the nave to the chops and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
Mark, King of Scotland, mark! No sooner justice had with valour armed compelled these skipping kerns to trust their heels, than the Newayan lord, with furbished arms and new supplies of men, began a fresh assault.
Dismayed not this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo?
Aye, as sparrows eagles, or the hare the lion. If I say sooth, I must report they were as cannons overcharged with double cracks, so that they doubly redoubled their strokes upon the foe. Except they meant to bathe in their reeking wounds or memorize another Golgotha, I cannot tell. But I am faint. My gashes cry for help.
So well thy words become thee as thy wounds. They smack of honour both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwayan banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, till that Bellona's bridegroom, lapped in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit. And to conclude, the victory fell on us.
Great happiness!
That now Sweno, the Norway's king, craves composition. Nor would we deign him burial of his men till he disperse at St. Comsinch $10,000 to our general use.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Where hast thou been, sister?
Killing swine.
Sister, thou?
Here I have a pilot's thumb. Erect as homeward he did come.
A drum! A drum! Macbeth doth come. Thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up nine. Peace. the charms wound up.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen.
How far is called to force? Ugh. What are these so withered and so wild in their attire? Look not like the inhabitants of the earth here, Tronups. Live you, or you ought what man may question? You should be women, and yet your beards forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Glam!
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth! There shall be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are ye fantastical? My noble partner you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble having and of royal hope, that he seems enwrapped withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me. You neither beg nor fear your favours nor your hate.
Hail!
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 Lesser than Macbeth, and greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings, though there be none. So all hail Macbeth and Banquo.
Banquo and Macbeth, all hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers. Tell me more. By Sinel's death I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, a prosperous gentleman. And to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Say, from whence you owe this strange intelligence, or why, upon this blasted heath, you have stopped our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you!
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air, and that which seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind. Would they had stayed?
Were such things here as we do speak about? Or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings!
You shall be king!
And Thane of Cawdor too, went it not
to
so?
the self-same tune and words, who's there?
The king hath happily received Macbeth the news of thy success. And when he reads thy personal venture in the rebels' fight, his wonders and his praises do contend which should be thine or his.
We are sent to give thee from our royal master thanks.
And, for an earnest of a greater honour, he bade me, from him, call thee Thane of Cawdor. In which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the thing lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose.
Glamis and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. My thanks, gentlemen. Do you not hope your children shall be kings, when those who gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
I trust at home I yet enkindle unto the crown besides the Thane of Cawdor, but 'tis strange. And oftentimes to win us to our harm, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles to betrays in deepest consequence. Cousins, a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told, as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. My thanks, gentlemen. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion, whose horrid image doth unfix my hair, and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man, that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is, but what is not.
Look where our partner's wrapped.
If chance will have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir.
New honours come upon him. Like our strange garments cleave not to their mould, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour runs through the roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favour. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Gentlemen, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and at more time, the interim having weighed it, let us speak our free hearts, each to other.
Very gladly.
Till then enough. Come, friends!
Is execution done on Cawdor?
My liege,
I have spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highness pardon, and set forth for deep repentance. Nothing in his life became him like believing it. He died as one that had been studied in his death, to throw away the dearest thing he was owed, as 'twere a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Oh, worthiest cousin! The sin of my ingratitude even now was heavy on me. Thou art so far before the swiftest wing of recompense was slow to overtake thee. Only I have left to say, more is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your Highness's part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state, children and servants, which do but what they should, by doing everything safe towards your love and honour.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee, and will labour to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, that hath no less deserved, nor must be known no less to have done so. Let me enfold thee, and hold thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Sons, kinsmen, thanes, and those whose places are the nearest know, we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the Prince of Cumberland.
Hey!
Which honour must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness, like stars, shall shine on all deservers. From hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly, take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down, or else o'erleap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires.
True, worthy Banquo, he is full so valiant, and in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let's after him, whose care is gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air, into which they vanished. Whiles I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters saluted me and referred me to the coming on of time, with Hail, King that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet I do fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, that wouldst thou holily. Wouldst not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Thou'dst have, great Glamis, that which cries, thus thou must do if thou have it, and rather that which thou dost fear to do, than wishest should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear, and chastise with the valour of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round, which fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal.
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it.
So please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming.
The raven himself is hoarse, that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe-top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the access and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose. nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold! Great Glamis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter. Thy letters have transported me beyond this ignorant present, and I feel now the future in the instant.
Oh, my dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business into my dispatch, which shall to all our nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favour ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and swiftly recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
This guest of summer, this bird hath made his pendant bed and procreant cradle. With their most breed and haunt I have observed, the air is delicate.
See our honoured hostess, and thank you for your trouble.
All our service in every point twice done, and then done double, were poor and single business to contend against those honours, deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, hath holp him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and will continue our graces towards him.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success, that but this blow might be the be-all and end-all here. But here, upon this bank and shoal of time, would jump the life to come. But in these cases, we still have judgment here, that we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught, return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, then as his host, who against his murderer should shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office, that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued, against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity, like heaven's cherubim, horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air, shall blow the deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. How now? What news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
No, you not, he has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honoured me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeard to be the same in thine own act and valour as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteem'st the ornament of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would?
Prithee, peace! I dare do all that would become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from its boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
If we should fail!
We fail! But screw your courage to the sticking place, and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his 2 chamberlains will I, with wine and wassail, so convince that memory shall be a fume, and the receipt of reason a limbeck only. When in swinish sleep their drenched natures lie, as in a death, what cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men children only, for thy undaunted metal should compose nothing but males. Will it not be received, when we have marked with blood those sleepy 2 of his chamber, and used their very daggers, that they had done it?
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our griefs and clamour roar upon his death?
Oh, I am settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide what the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
Hold. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. Take you that too. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers restraining me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend!
What, sir? Not yet at rest? The king's abed. He hath been in unusual pleasure and sent forth great largesse to your officers.
Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should free have wrought.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the 3 weird sisters. To you they have showed some truth.
Ah, I think not of them. Yet, if we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
That's your kindest leisure.
If you shall cleave to my consent, when 'tis, it will make honour for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, and still keep my bosom franchise and allegiance clear, and shall be counselled.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The like to you.
Go bid thy mistress. When my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight, or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? I see thee still, in form, as palpable as that which now I draw. Thou marshallest me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood which was not so before. There's no such thing! It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Now, o'er the one half world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of my whereabouts. whiles I fret he lives. Words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. I go, and 'tis done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. What hath quenched them hath given me fire. Hark, peace. It was the owl that shrieked, the fatal bellman which gives the sternst good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets, that death and nature do contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's there? What ho?
Alack, I am afraid they have awaked, and 'tis not done. The attempt and not the deed confounds us. Hark! I laid their daggers ready, he could not miss him. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I had done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl shriek. Did not you speak?
When?
Now?
As I descended. Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Donal Bain.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
There's one did laugh and sleep, and one cried murder. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and address them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands, listening their fear. I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could I not pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought of after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder, sleep, the innocent sleep, sleep that knits up the ravelled sleeve of care, the death of each day's life, sore labour's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course, chief nourisher in life's feast, still it cried, sleep no more to all the house, glance hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more, Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hands. Why did you bring these daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose, give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is with me that every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Oh, they pluck out mine eyes! What? Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No, no, this my hand will rather the great multitudinous seas and incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your colour, yet I shame to wear a heart so white. You're knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended. Hark, more knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion call us and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best not know myself. Wait, Duncan, with thy knocking! I would thou couldst.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were porter of Helgi, he should have all turning the key. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Here's a farmer that hanged himself in the expectation of plenty. Oh, come in time, sir. Have napkins now about you? Here. Oh, you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Here's an equivocator who could swear on both the scales against either scale. Who could have reason enough, for God's sake, yet could not equivocate the hand. Oh,
Come in, equivocator. No, no, no. Who's there? See? Here's an English tailor come hither for stealing out of a French home. Oh, come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. No, no, never quiet. What are you? Oh, this place is too cold for help. I'll devil porter it no further. I had thought to let in some of all the professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Oh, anon, anon. I pray you, remember the porter.
Ah! Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Yes, sir. We were carousing until the second cock. And drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir. Nose painting. Sleep. And urine. Lechery, sir. It provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him, and it mars him. It sets him on, and takes him off. It persuades him, and disheartens him. Makes him stand to, and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in a sleep, and, giving him the lie, leaves him.
Ah, I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
Aye, that it did, sir.
Is thy master stirring? Ah, our knocking has awaked him. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring? Worthy thing.
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him. I've almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet, 'tis one.
The labour we delight in physics pain. This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Oh, we lay, our chimneys were blown down. Some say the earth was feverish and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror! 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 Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee!
What's the matter?
Confusion hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke ope the Lord's anointed temple and stolen thence the life of the builders.
What does you say, the life?
I mean, you, his majesty!
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new Gorgon. Do not bid me speak. See and speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Murder and treason! Malcolm! Donald Bain! Banquo! Awake! Shake off this downy sleep. Death's counterfeit and look upon death itself. Up! Up! And see the great doom's image. Malcolm! Banquo! As if from your graves rise up and walk like sprites to countenance this horror. Ring the bell!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of the house? Speak! Speak!
Gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak, that the repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo. Banquo, our royal master is murdered.
Oh, alas! What, in our house?
Too cruel anywhere, dear Duff, I prithee contradict thyself and say it is not so.
Had I but lived an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For from this instant there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father is murdered.
By whom? Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were embadged with blood, so were their daggers, which, unwiped, we found upon their pillows.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, temperate, furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition of my violent love outran the pauser, reason. Here lay Duncan, unmannerly, breached with gore. Who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart courage to make love known?
Oh, help me hence.
Look to the lady.
When we have our naked frailties hid that suffer in exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undervulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So all.
Let us briefly put on manly readiness, and meet in the hall together.
Well contended.
What will ye do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is office which the false man does easy. I'll to England.
To Ireland I. Our separated fortune shall keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer bloody.
This murderous shaft that shot have not yet lighted, and our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse, and let us not be dainty of leave-taking.
70 I can remember well, within the volume of which time I've seen. Hours dreadful, and things strange, but this sore night hath trifled former knowings.
Good father, thou seest the heavens as troubled with man's act. By the clock 'tis day, and yet dark night strangles the travelling lamb.
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done. On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in her pride of place, was by a mousing owl hawked at and killed.
And Duncan's horses, thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, the minions of their race, turned wild in nature, broke their stalls, flung out, contending against obedience, as they would make war with mankind.
'Tis said they eat each other.
They did so, to the amazement of mine eyes. Here comes the good Macduff. How goes the world, sir, now?
Why? See you not?
It's known who did this more than bloody deed.
Those that Macbeth hath slain?
Alas the day! What good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's 2 sons, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still. Thriftless ambition that will raven out thine own life's means. And 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He's already named, and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where is Duncan's body?
Carried to Colmakill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors, and guardian of their bones.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin. I'll to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
May you see things well done there. Adieu. Lest our old robes sit easier than our new.
Farewell, father.
God's benison go with you, and with those that would make good of bad, or friends of foe.
Thou hast it now. King, corridor, Glamis, all as the weird woman promised. I fear thou placed most value for it. It was said, shalt stand in thy posterity, that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine, why by the verities on thee make good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? Tush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me. to which my duties are with the most indissoluble tie for ever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
We should have else desired your good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous in this day's council. But we'll take tomorrow. Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hearers with strange invention. But of that tomorrow, when we shall have cause of state craving us jointly. Hie you to horse, adieu, till you return at night. Goes Fleance with you.
Aye, my good lord. Our time does call upon us.
I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. God be with you. A word. Tend to those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to that dauntless temper of his mind he hath a valour that doth guide his wisdom to act in safety. There is none but he whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as it was said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sisters when first they placed the name of king upon me and bade them speak to him. Then, prophet-like, they hailed him as father to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and placed a barren sceptre in my gripe, thence to be wrenched by an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan, have I murdered, put rancors in the vessel of my peace, only for them, and mine eternal jewel given o'er to the common enemy of man, to make them kings, the seed of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come fate into the list, and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your honours.
Well then now, have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was he, in the times past, which held you so under fortune. This I made good to you. Thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go?
Well, men, my liege!
Aye, in the catalogue ye go for men, but if you have a station in the file, not among the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I will place that business in your bosom, whose execution takes your enemy off and grapples you to the love and heart of us.
I am, my liege, so incensed that I am reckless what I do to spite the world.
And I am other.
Your spirits shine through you. You both know Banquo was your enemy?
True, my lord.
So is he mine. And though I could, with bare-faced power, sweep him from my sight, I must not. For certain friends that are both mine and his, whose loves I may not drop, will wail his fall. And thence it is, I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye, for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect spire, the time, the moment on it, what must be done tonight, and something from the palace. Always know that I require a clearness. And with him, to leave no rubs, nor botches in the work. Fleance, his son that keeps him company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his father's, must embrace the dark fate of that hour. Resolve yourselves apart. I'll call upon you straight.
We are resolved, my lord.
Abide within. I'll call upon you anon. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, it find it out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court?
Aye, madam, but returns again tonight.
Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words.
Madam, I will.
Naught's had, all's spent, where our desire is got without content. It is safe to be that which we destroy than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with them they think on? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor malice remains in danger of her former tooth. I let the frame of things disjoint. Both the worlds suffer ere we eat our meal in fear and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we, to make our peace, have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nor steel, nor poison, malice domestic, foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Gentle my lord, sleek o'er your rugged looks, be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love. And so I pray be you, let us make our faces visits to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and his flayance lives.
Yet in them nature's copy's not eternal.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou jocund, ere the bat hath flown his cloistered flight. There is to be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand, cancel and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, whilst night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelest at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
But who did bid thee join with us?
Macbeth!
He needs not our mistrust, since he delivers to our officers and what we have to do to the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day, and spurs the laden traveller apace to gain the timely end. And near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark! I hear horses.
Give us a light there. Whoa!
Then 'tis he! The rest that are within the note of expectation, already in the court.
His horses go about!
Almost a mile, but he does usually, as all men do, from hence to the palace gate, make it their walk.
A light! A light!
Tis he.
Take up!
It'll be rain tonight.
Let it come down!
Oh, treachery! Die, goblins! Die! No space for men to slave!
Who did strike out the light?
'Twas not the way!
There's but one down, the sun is fled.
We've lost best half of our affair.
Then let's away and say our match is done!
You know your own degrees. Sit down, and first and last, the hearty welcome.
Thanks to your majesty.
Ourself will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks, they are welcome.
See, they encounter thee with their hearts, thanks. Both sides are even, here I'll sit in the midst. Be large in mirth, anon, we'll drink a measure, the table round. There's blood upon my face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
'Tis better thee without than he within. Is he dispatched?
My lord, his throat is cut. That I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats, though he's good that did the like for flayance. If thou didst it, thou art the non-perilled.
Most royal sir. Flayance escaped.
Then comes my fit again. I had else been perfect, whole as the marble, founded as the rock. Now I am cabined, cribbed, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo's safe.
Aye, my lord. Safe in a ditch he bides with 20 treachered gashes on his head, the least a death to nature.
Thanks for that. There the grown serpent lies. The worm that's fled hath nature that in time will venom breed. No teeth for the present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we'll hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold that is not often vouched. While 'tis a making, 'tis given with welcome. To feed were best at home. From thence the sauce to meat is ceremony. Meeting were bare without it.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Now, good digestion wait on appetite, and health on both!
Hey! May it please your highness sit.
Here had we now our country's honour roofed. Were the graced person of our Banquo present, who may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance?
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Please, your highness, to grace us with your royal company.
The table's full.
There is a place reserved, sir.
Where?
There, my good lord. What is it that moves your highness?
Which of you have done this?
What, my good lord?
Thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy gory locks at me!
Gentleman riots, his highness is not well.
Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. Pray keep seat, the fit is momentary. Upon a thought he will again be well. Feed, and regard him not. Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one that dare look on that which might appall the devil.
Oh, proper stuff! This is the very painting of your fear. The air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts, impostors to true fear, would well become a woman's story at a winter's fire, authorized by her grandman. Shame itself! Why do you make such faces? When all's done, you look but on a stool.
Behold! Look there, what say you? Why, what care I? If thou canst not speak too, if charnel houses and our graves shall send forth those we bury back, our monuments shall be the moors of kites!
What, quite unmanned in folly?
If I stand here, I saw him!
Fie! For shame!
Blood hath been shed ere now, in the olden time, a humane statute perjured the gentle wheel. Aye, and since too, murders have been performed, too terrible for the ear. The times had been that when the brains were out, the man would die, and there an end. But now they rise again, with 20 mortal murders on their crowns, and push us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all, then I'll sit down. Give me some wine! Feel full! I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. To all of him we thirst, and all to all,
our duties and the pledge!
Avaunt! And quit my sight! Let the earth hide thee! Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes which thou dost glare with!
Think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom. 'Tis no other, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What man dare? I dare! Approach thou, like the rugged Russian bear, the armed rhinoceros, or the hurricane tiger. Take any form but that, and my firm nerves shall never shake or be alive again! And dare me to the desert with thy sword, if trembling I inhabit then. Protest me the baby of a girl! Hence, horrible shadow! Unreal mockery! Hence! Why so? Being gone, I am a man again. Pray you sit still!
You have displaced the mirth, broke the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be, and overcome us like a summer's cloud, without our special wonder? You make me strange, even to the disposition that I owe, when now I know you can behold such sights, and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, when mine is blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
Pray you speak not. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Stand not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night, and better health attend his majesty.
Kind good night to all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move, and trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations have by maggot pies and choufs and rooks brought forth the secretest man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayest thou? That Macduff denies his person at our great bidding.
Did you send to him, sir?
I hear it, by the way, but I will send. There's not a one but in his house I keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow, and betimes I will. To the weird sisters, more shall they speak. For now I am bent to know, by the worst means, the worst, for mine own good, all causes shall give way. I am in blood, stepped in so far that should I wait no more, returning were as tedious as go o'er. Strange things I have in head, at will to hand, which must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, will to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young, indeed.
My former speeches have but hit your thoughts which can interpret further. Only I say things have been strangely born.
The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Marry, he was dead.
The right valiant's banquet walked too late. And you may say, if it please you, Fleance killed. But Fleance fled.
Men must not walk too late.
Who cannot want the thought of how monstrous it was for Malcolm and Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damned fact.
How it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear that were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep?
Was not that nobly done?
Aye, and wisely too. For 'twould have angered any heart alive to hear the men deny it. So that I say, he has borne all things well.
And I do think, had he Duncan's sons under his key, as Anne please heaven, he shall not. They should find what shall kill a father, so should Fleance.
But peace! From broad words and cause, he failed his presence at the tyrant's feast. I hear Macduff lives in disgrace. Sir, can you tell where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court, and is received of the most pious Edward with such grace that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect.
Thither Macduff is gone to pray the Holy King, upon his aid to wake Northumberland and warlike Seward. But by the help of these, with him above to ratify the work, we may again give to our tables meat, sleep to our nights, free from our feast and banquets bloody knives, do faithful homage and receive free honours. All which we pine for now. And this report has so exasperated the king that he prepares for some attempt at war.
Sent he to Macduff?
He did, and with an absolute, sir, not I. The cloudy messenger turns me his back and hums, as who to say, you'll rue this time that clogs me with this answer.
And I well might advise him to a caution to hold what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England, and unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this our suffering country under a hand accursed.
I'll send my prayers with him.
Thrice
the branded cat hath mewed.
Thrice and once the hedge-pig whined.
Happier Christ, 'tis time, 'tis time!
Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble.
By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes.
How now, you secret black and midnight hags? What is't you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you, by that which you profess, howe'er you come to know it, answer me, even till destruction sicken. Answer me to what I ask you.
Speak.
Demand.
We'll answer.
Say if thou'st rather hear it from our mouths, or from our masters.
Call him. Let me see him.
Come high or low, thyself and office deftly show.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou naught.
Macbeth! 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 Beware Macduff! Beware the Thane of Fife! Dismiss me! Enough!
Whate'er thou art, for thy good caution thanks. Thou hast harped my fear aright. But one word more!
He will not be commanded. Here's another, more potent than the first.
Macbeth! Macbeth! Macbeth!
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee!
Be bloody, bold and resolute, laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of the women-born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? And yet, I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted feared lies, and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king, and wears upon his baby brow the round and top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be blind, proud, and take no care who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquish be, until great Burnham Wood to Highlands and hills shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest, bid the tree unfix his earthbound root? Sweet bodements, good! Rebellion's head, rise never till the wood of Burnham rise, and our high-placed Macbeth shall live the lease of nature, pay his breath to time and mortal custom. Yet, my heart throbs to know one thing. If your art can tell so much, shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know!
Show! Show!
Show!
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo! Down! Thy crown does sear mine eyeballs, and thy hair, thou other gold-bound brow, is like the first, a third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? I'll see no more. Start eyes! What will the line carry on to the crack of doom? Another yet, a 7th, I'll see no more. And yet the 8th appears, who bears a glass that shows me many more. And some I see that twofold balls and treble scepters carry. Horrible sight! And yet I see 'tis true. For the blood-bolted Banquo smiles upon me, and points at them for his. What is this so? Ah! Where are they? Gone! Let this pernicious hour stand I accursed in the calendar. Come in without there.
What's your grace's will?
Saw you, the weird sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Infected be the air whereon they ride, and damned be all that trust them. I did hear the galloping of horse. Who was it came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word. Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Time. Thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The flighty purpose never is o'ertook unless the deed go with it. From this moment on, the firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. And even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all those unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No more boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before the purpose cool. But no more sights. Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are.
What had he done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom? To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly? He loves us not. All is the fear and nothing is the love.
My dearest coz, your husband best knows the fits of the season. I dare not speak much further. I take my leave of you.
Sirrah, your father is dead. And what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, Mother.
What, with worms and flies?
With what I get, I mean. And so do they. My father is not dead, for all you're saying.
Yes, he is dead. How wilt thou do for a father?
Nay, how will you do for a husband?
Why, I can buy me 20 at any market.
Then you'll buy him to sell again. Was my father a traitor, Mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, it's one who swears and then lies.
And be all traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
And must all be hanged who swear and lie?
Everyone.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and the swearers are fools, for they're liars and swearers are now to beat up the honest men and hang up them.
God help thee, poor monkey.
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified where such as thou mayest find him.
He is a traitor.
Thou liest, thou shag-haired villain.
What you egg, young fry of treachery!
He's killed me, Mother.
Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfallen birthdom. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face, that it resounds as if it felt with Scotland, and yelled out like syllable of dollar.
What I believe our way, or what no believe, and what I can redress as I shall find the time to, friend, I will. What you have spoken may be so perchance. This tyrant whose sole name blisters our tongues was once thought honest. You have loved him well.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardon. That which you are, my force cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. Though all things fair would wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Why in their rawness left you wife and child, those precious motives, those strong knots of love without leave-taking? I pray you, let not my jealousies be your dishonours, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed. Bleed. Poor country. Great tyranny, lay thou thy bases sure, for goodness dare not check thee. Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou think'st, for the whole space that's in the tyrant's grasp, and the riches to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think with whole I would have hands uplifted in my right, and here from gracious England have I offer of goodly thousands. But for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head, or wear it on my sword, my poor country shall have more vices than before, more suffer in sundry ways than ever. By him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself I mean, in whom I know the particulars of vice so grafted that, when they shall be opened, black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow, being compared to my confineless harms.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, but there's no bottom. None in my voluptuousness. Your wives, your daughters, your matrons, your maids could not fill up the cistern of my lust. Better Macbeth than such an one to reign.
Boundless intemperance in nature is a tyranny. There cannot be that vulture in you to devour so many as would to greatness dedicate themselves, finding it so inclined.
With this grows in my most ill-composed affection such a staunchless avarice that, were I king, I should cut off the nobles for their lands, desire his jewels in this other's house, and my more having would be as a sword to make me hunger more, to forge quarrels against the unjust and good, destroying them for wealth.
This avarice sticks deeper, grows with more pernicious root than summer-seeming lust. Yet fear not. All these are portable. With other graces wait.
But I have none. The king becoming graces as justice, verity, temperance, stableness. I have no relish of them. Nay, had I power, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth.
Scotland!
If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not fit to live. O nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant's bloody sceptred, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again? Fare thee well. These evils thou repeatst upon thyself hath banished me from Scotland. O'er my breast! Thy hopes end here.
Macduff! This noble passion, child of integrity, have from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my force to thy good truth and honour. Let God above deal between thee and me, for even now I put myself to thy direction, and unspeak my own detraction. Here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself, for strangers to my nature. I am yet unknown to woman, never was forsworn, scarcely have coveted what is mine own. At no time broke my faith, would not betray the devil to his fellow in delight. No less in truth than life. What I am truly is thine and my poor country's to command. Before thy hear approach, old Seward and 10,000 warlike men already at a point were setting forth. Now we'll together, and our chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once. 'Tis hard to reconcile.
Well, more anon.
See, who comes here?
My countryman, yet I know him not.
My ever-gentle cousin! Welcome here.
I know him now, good God. Betimes remove the means that makes us strangers.
Sir, I'm in.
Stand Scotland where it did?
Alas, poor country. Almost afraid to know itself.
What's the newest grief?
Each minute seems a new one.
How does my wife?
Well,
And all my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace.
No. They were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not a negative your speech, how goest?
Now is the time of hope. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our women fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be it the comfort we are coming thither, gracious England have lent us good seaward and 10,000 men.
Would I could answer this comfort with a like. But I have words that would be howled out in the desert air where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they? The general cause, or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woe. Though the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever.
I guess at it.
Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner were on the quarry of these murdered deer to add the death of you.
What man? Merciful heavens, ne'er pull your hat upon your brows. Give sorrow words, the grief that does not speak whispers to the o'erfraught heart and bids it break.
My children too.
Wife, children, servants, all who could be found.
And I must be from thence. My wife, killed too.
I have said.
Be comforted, let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children. All my pretty ones. Did you say all? Oh, hellkite, all!
Dispute it like a man.
I will do so, but I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things as were. That were most precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part?
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Convert grief to anger, blunt not the heart, enrage it.
I could play the woman's part with mine eyes and brag it with my tongue. But gentle heavens, cut short all intermission. Front to front bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself within my sword's length. Set him, and if he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, go we to the king. We lack nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for the shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long, that never finds the day.
I have 2 nights' watch with you, but can perceive no truth in your report. When was it last she walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed, all while in a most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature, to receive at once the benefit of sleep, and do the effects of watching. In this slumbery agitation, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I shall not report after her.
You may to me. Suppose meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo you! Here she comes. This is her very guise. And upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her. Stand close.
How came she by that light?
She has light by her continually. 'Tis her command.
You see, her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense is shut.
What is it she does now? Look, how she rubs her hands.
This is an accustomed action for her, to be seen thus washing her hands. I have seen her continue like this for a quarter of an hour.
Yet here's a spot.
Hark! She speaks! I will set down what comes from her, to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Out, damn spot! Out, I say! 1, 2. Why then, it is time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie! A soldier and a fiend. What need we fear who knows it, when none can call our power to account? Yet who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
The thane, a fine fat wife. Where's she now? Oh, will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord. No more of that. You mar all with this starting.
Go to, go to. You have known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not. I am certain of that. Oh, heaven knows what she has known.
Oh, here's the smell of the blood still. All of the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
What a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
Well.
Pray God it be so, sir.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those who have walked in their sleep or have died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo is buried. He cannot come out of one's grave.
Even so.
To bed, to bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come, give me your hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed, to bed, to bed.
Will she go now to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their death pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician. God forgive us all. Still look after her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance, and still keep eyes upon her. So good night. My mind she has mated and amazed my sight. I think, but dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
The English power is near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Seward and the good Macduff. Revenge is burning them, for their dear causes would to the bleeding and the grim alarm excite the mortified man.
Near Burnham Wood shall we well meet them. That way are they coming.
What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad. Others that lesser hate him do call it valiant fury. But for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule.
Now does he feel his secret murder sticking on his hands. Now minutely revolts upbraid his faith breach. Those he command move only in command, nothing in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish thief.
Who then should blame his pestered senses to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself for being there?
Then march we on, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Meet we the medicine of the sickly wheel, and in him pour we in our country's purge, each drop of us.
So much as it needs to dew the sovereign flower and drown the weeds. Make we our march towards Burnham. Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. Till Burnham Wood come to Dunsinane, I cannot take with fear. What's the boy? Malcolm. Was he not born of woman?
The spirits that know all mortal consequence have pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No man that's born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. Then fly, false thanes, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by, and the heart I bear, shall never sag with doubt nor shake with fear. The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon! Where gottest thou that goose look?
There is 10,000
geese, villain!
Soldiers, sir!
Go prick thy face, and overread thy fear, thou lily-livered boy! What soldiers, Patch, those linen cheeks of thine, a counsel is to fear? What soldiers, Wayface?
The English force, so please you!
Take thy face hence! Satan! I'm sick at heart when I behold. Satan, I say, this push will cheer me ever, or deceit me now. I have lived long enough. My life is fallen into the sear, the yellow leaf, and that which should accompany old age as honour, love, obedience, troops of friends I must not look to have, but in their place, curses. Not loud, but deep, mouth honour, breath, which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. Satan!
What is thy gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, that which was reported.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me mine armour.
'Tis not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Send out more horses. Skir the country round. Hang those that talk of fear. Give me mine armour. How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, she is full of thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? Pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow. Raise out the written troubles of the brain. And with some sweet oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuffed bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart.
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Physic to the dogs or none of it! Come, put mine armour on, give me my staff. Satan, send out. Doctor, the thanes fly from me. Come, sir, dispatch, if thou couldst. Doctor, cast the water of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health. I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again. Pull it off, I say! What rhubarb, cyme, or what purgative drug would scour these English hence? Hearest thou of them?
Aye, my good lord, your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me! I will not be afraid of death and bane, till Burnham would come to Dunsinane!
Were I from Dunsinane away and clear, Prophet again would hardly draw me here.
Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand that Chambers will be safe.
We doubt it nothing.
What wood is this before us?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him. Thereby we shall shadow the number of our hosts and make discovery earn report of us.
It shall be done!
We learn no other but the confidence tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane, and will endure our setting down before it.
For this is main hope, for where there's advantage to be given, both more or less have given him the revolt, but none serve of him but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
Let our just censures attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches that with due decision will make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative, their unsure hopes relate, but certain issue strokes must arbitrate towards which advance the war.
Hang out our banners on the outward walls. The cries still they come. Our castle's strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Here let them lie, till famine and ague eat them up. Were they not forced with those who should be ours, we might have met them dareful, beard to beard, and beat them backward home. What is that noise?
It is the cry of women, my lord.
I had almost forgot the taste of fears. The time has been my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek, and my foul of hair would at a dismal treatise rouse and stir as life arint. I have supped full with horrors. Direness, familiar to my slaughterous thoughts, cannot once stop me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow. Creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player who struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Thou comest to use thy tongue. Story quickly.
Gracious my lord,
I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I stood, my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon, methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Let me enjoy your wrath, if it be not so. Within this 3 mile you may see it coming, I say, a moving grove.
If thou speakest false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive, till famine cling thee. If thy speech be sooth, I care not if thou dost for me as much. I pull on resolution, and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fiend that lies like truth. Fear not, till Burnham wood do come to Dunsinane, and now a wood comes toward Dunsinane. Arm out. If that which he avouches does appear, there is no flying hence, nor tarrying here. I begin to be aweary of the sun, and now wish the estate of the world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell! Blow wind! Come, rack! At least we'll die with harness on our back!
Now near enough, your leafy screen throw down and show like those you are. You, worthy uncle, shall with my cousin, your right noble son, lead the first battle. Macduff and we shall take upon what else remains to do, according to our order.
Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Let all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath. Those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear-like I must stay the course. What's he that was not born of woman? Such a one am I to fear, or none.
What is thy name?
Thou'lt be afraid to hear it.
No, though thou callest thyself a hotter name than any is in hell.
My name's Macbeth.
The devil himself cannot pronounce a title more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful.
Thou liest, abhorrent tyrant. With my sword, I shall prove the lie thou speakest.
Thou wast born of woman, but swords I smile at, weapons laugh to scorn, brandished by a man that's of a woman born.
That way the noise is. Tyrant! Show thy face! If thou be slain and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns whose arms are hired to bear their staves. Either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword with an unbattered edge I sheath again undeeded. There thou should be! By this great clatter one of the greatest notes seems bruited. Let me find him fortune, and more I beg not.
This way, my lord. The castle's gently rendered. The tyrant's people on both sides do fight. The noble thanes do bravely in the war. The day almost itself professes yours, and little is to do.
We have met with foes that strike beside us.
Enter, sir, the castle.
Why should I play the Roman fool, and die on mine own sword, whiles I see lives the gashes do better upon them?
Turn, hellhound! Turn!
Of all men else, I have avoided thee. But get thee back! My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloodier villain than terms can give thee out!
Thou losest labour! As easy mayest thou the entrenchant air with thy keen blade impress as make me bleed. Let fall thy blade. On vulnerable crests, I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to one of woman born.
To spare thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee, Macduff was from his mother's womb, untimely ripped.
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. And be these juggling fiends no more believed, that palter with us in our double sense, that keep the word of promise to our ear, and break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze o'er the time. We'll have thee as our rarer monsters are, painted on a pole, and under it, here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited with the rebel's curse. Though Burnham would do come to Dunsinane, and thou opposed, being not of woman born, yet I will try the last. Lay on, Macduff, and down to be him that first cries, hold! Enough!
I would the friends we missed were safe arrived.
Some must go off. And yet by these I see, so great a day as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing, and your noble son.
My son, my lord, has paid a soldier's debt. They say he parted well and paid his score, and so God be with him. Here comes newer comfort.
Hail, King, for so thou art. Behold, where stands the usurper's cursed head. The time is free. Hail, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland! We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves and make us even with you. My thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first that ever in Scotland and such an honour named. What's more to do, which will be planted newly with the time, as calling home our exiled friends abroad, who fled the watchful snares of tyranny, producing the cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who is this fought by self and violent hands took of her life. This and what needful else calls upon us, by the grace of grace, we shall perform in measure, time and place. So thanks to all at once, and to each one, whom we invite to see us crowned at school!
Hail Malcolm, King of Scotland!
Hail, King of Scotland! Hail, King of Scotland! Hail, King of Scotland! Hail, King of Scotland! Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for coming tonight. My name's Nick Kopolsky. I'm the artistic director of the company, but not the director of tonight's show. And once during every run, we like to do a Q&A with the actors and directors. So you've come on a lucky night. So in about 5 minutes, for those that want to stay, no obligation, of course, but in about 5 minutes,
we'll bring the cast and director back on for a bit of a chat about tonight's performance, ask any questions. I have a few questions to ask, and we'll run that for about 10 or 15 minutes. So that's in about 5 minutes' time while the cast get changed. Otherwise, good night and thank you very much for coming. Fantastic. Oh, shit. Obviously, with there's 16 in our cast, so it's one of the biggest casts we've ever had here at Malvern. So, so I won't introduce everyone by name, but a couple of important people here. This is our director, David McLean, who's directed this marvelous piece. And we have Michael Burkett up here, who designed the lights and sound and has run it tonight. We have, and 16 of the cast, so I won't introduce them by name, or that'll take up 5 minutes itself. But I guess the first question should be to David. He proposed this production about, we work a couple of years ahead in getting a season together, and he proposed this, I think it was about 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, it was quite some time, and proposed production of Macbeth, and I went, oh, Macbeth, I love Macbeth, you know, one of the most appealing and audience-friendly of all the Shakespeares. It's the shortest. It's, you know, it has the most drama in it. Just a fantastic, fantastic play. But so, David, what was the spark of why Macbeth? Why that one out of the 37 plays? Have you done it before? And you know, what was the impetus to?
I haven't directed it before, but I'm just a superannuated old English teacher trying to justify what I was teaching kids in class. Really, it's there's a lot in it. Dramatically, there's a lot for actors, there's a lot that's taking place in terms of how Shakespeare used the stage. So I wanted to try and test some of those things out, see what would happen.
And did you start off with like a concept, or did that evolve through rehearsal?
The notion of looking at the lines themselves, going back to the basics, getting rid of 400 years of crap that's been associated with Shakespeare, and you know, we must do it this way, sort of thing. Everything is actually in the lines. It's all, you know, no stage directions or whatever. It's in the lines themselves, and they tell you how it should be performed. So hopefully, you know, getting rid of Polanski's "Is this a dagger I see before?" Yeah, and things like that.
He's about to trash one of my favourite films, the
Yeah.
Polanski. But I see what you're saying. I mean, it's open to a multitude of
and
interpretations.
400 years, people have imposed their will on it in terms of how it should be done. Well, we need to sort of take a lot of that away and get back to the lines, because it's in the lines themselves that carry the weight, that tell you how it should be performed.
And how long did you rehearse it for?
We've only been doing it for, what,
9 or 10 weeks or so, 3 times?
Yeah, eight or nine. We got in a few early ones with the principals, but it's only been a short rehearsal period.
And was it always up on the floor with the actors, or did it begin like with table discussions, or
Oh, we got into it pretty quick.
Yeah.
Getting into the lines, and the actors have been good getting their lines down, which allowed us then to work the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah. Look, I'm sure we all have questions for everyone, but one of the questions we've got to ask our two character leads here, we have Josh as Macbeth and Hannah as Lady Macbeth, is that when you're absolutely fantastic work from both of you, from all the cast. It's a knockout of a production. It's great, and there's been such great feedback. We hear in the foyer every night, so congratulations to everyone. But what's it like when you get cast in one of these iconic roles? Where do
It
you
can be
start?
daunting. For me, it was in the beginning. It was a bit of a surprise. I came out of the audition thinking that I'd absolutely bombed it, because David in his wisdom asked us to cold read for the audition rather than preparing specific passages, and I thought that I had just absolutely butchered it. But turns out I'd not done that to the degree that I thought, at least. And when David told me I'd gotten the role of Lady Macbeth, I was surprised, then exhilarated, and then thought I'd better get to work and start reading and analysing and coming up with ideas. And I suppose I tried to stay away from other people's interpretations as much as possible. And I also thought that perhaps I was a little bit young to be cast as Lady Macbeth, because I've seen other performances where she's been cast a bit older, and I thought, well, I can't really emulate that. I am the age that I am, and have the experience that I have as an actor, and I just tried to bring that to it rather than someone else's life experience and thoughts and ideas. You, Josh?
Yeah, the pressure was huge, and I think my initial... I learned Macbeth in college, so I was 14 at the time, so literally half my life ago, and I was like, oh, one day, I want to play this man so bad. Because I was the student who read it in class in full volume in front of everyone, and all the other students are like, yeah, all right. But I was having the best time, and so I was convinced that one day I would. And I did scenes of it for high school drama and things, and I was just like, oh, maybe this is the closest I'll get for quite a while. And I did a production of Macbeth in 2021 before it was shut due to COVID. But that was as a different role. And again, so it was close, but not quite. And then yes, this came around. I was like, yes, I gotta go for it. I must take this now. And yeah, again, Macbeth is normally this older force, and so to be able to do that at my age as well was so. I'm glad now that I also had that time to live another half of my life to build up that gravity and power to play it believably as well. yeah, and I didn't look at any other interpretations while rehearsing. I was like, no, I want to just do my version of him and find it and just, yeah. So yeah, pressure, but also, yeah, because it's been done so many times, that means there's also not much pressure because it's been done so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you can then allow yourself to go, nah, well, I can just be one of the many, but have my fun with it.
I don't think you're too young at all. You know, I think something like, I don't know if anyone saw the Ralph Fiennes version in the cinemas. I thought he was too old.
He was
for
really
the part.
old,
He's a great actor, but you know, he's in his 60s, and I think if Macbeth is sort of 60 by the time he's killing to be the king. Well, I think what's the point?
And they would have
You've
only
left it a bit
lived,
late, haven't you, mate?
in their day, they would have only lived into their 30s, if not 40s, with a little bit of luck. So they would have been young, but also you've got this arc of psychological development, some of which is very childlike. You know, Lady Macbeth and Macbeth decide to kill Duncan, but I don't think they really know what they're about to embark on. And then, you know, Macbeth comes on and says, oh shit, what have I done? It's like a child being a nuisance and doing something terrible. And then, oh, that was bad, wasn't it? You know, they haven't realised until they get caught up. And that then adds into the psychological development he goes through.
So Josh, like with that point too, like that Macbeth murders Duncan and then straight away comes on and is fearful or regretful or something like that. And is the part, I don't know, is it? Can you conceive of the part before you start, like an arc of it, or is it something that you find sort of scene by scene to?
Both. So every scene, I think I described it just backstage tonight as, I picture it like he's a guitar, and every act a new string, you know, tears off, and so each act he comes loose bit by bit. And also I went with the theory that, you know, after each scene I've gotten a week's less sleep, so that by the end he's just so twitchy and paranoid and has just not slept in weeks, months even, and is just so tortured by what's been going on. So yeah, it's psychological degeneracy, because at the start I'm also I try to play it, you know, it's that he's got that honor still, and he's still quite reserved. But by the end, he's just this butcher who's just been through it all. And as he says, you know, the blood, I also picture, you know, the blood almost filling up, and at the start it's at his feet, and by the end it's just, he's in a, you know, essentially like a hot plunge of just blood by the end. So lots of lovely visual images that helped me sort of figure out where he's at. Yeah. But it's definitely a very steep.
Questions from the house?
Yeah. I've got a few more though. Just about, but then I will throw it open. But there's something I also really like about the production, and that it leans very heavily into the supernatural element of the witches. And sometimes, especially sort of in the late 20th century on, some productions started to pull away from that and try and make the witches maybe a psychological representation of Macbeth, or kind of less involved. Whereas this production, they're heavily involved. They're on stage, I think, all the time and weaving through. So our witches, Anne and Wayu and Z, can you talk about like the development of the witches? Sometimes I saw you in rehearsals. You'd be off in a room by yourselves. You know,
casting
how did you come up with the stuff that
casting spells. Well, yeah, I think from like the get-go, I think one of the first things that David said was we all should create our own sort of gestures and come up with a language that these witches communicate with physically. Like when we embody them on stage, you know, we had, like at the start, we all had one gesture. Like mine was like this, and what was yours? Can't remember. And Wayu's was the stroking of the beard. Yeah, and we like sort of started at that point where it was just one gesture that kind of manifested our part in this triad. And then slowly that kind of developed over time into just the way that we kind of walk around the space. And over the course of the last however many performances we've done so far, we've sort of come into our sort of like comfortability with being able to creep around the stage and do all of our little stuff.
Yeah, I see it. It grows every night, doesn't it? The witches are...
And I think one of the things that I kind of stressed when we were all talking about like how we were gonna do this was be dancily, like sort of like an evil ballerina. You know, like if a ballerina had a knife. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Great.
What about you? You two? Do you have any?
For me, it's just imagine us as the puppeteers. messing with Macbeth's mind. You see him descend into madness, and we're just loving it behind the scenes. We're just loving it, sort of like just in it,
having fun.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun too on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the hardest part for me was learning what to do with these bad boys.
Oh my god, yes.
And then get back to acting and
Yeah.
then be like, wait, where does this go? And we've got this reference sheet at the end of most rehearsals. And then, I don't know, somehow it just kind of clicks together just before we start and then we can start playing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a big thing. They do all these things, all the spinning of the set they're doing. Not easy to learn, I imagine.
Yeah. And absolutely amazing sets that were designed by Andrew and constructed by the team here.
By the team here,
They are amazing. These things are so fun. And I think they really helped us like create like the visual language and the physical language that we used on stage. You know, like once
It's
you
such a
know
great
where it needs to go,
representation
you
too,
can
isn't
have
it?
fun. You
It's
can
such a
sort
great physical, visual representation of a society in order that's pulled apart and cracked apart and brought together at the end, and then the witches again pull it apart. There are some questions here. I know there's a question here.
Yeah, thanks. It was fabulous. I've seen many, many Macbeths, and I remember this one really well, actually. And as you were saying, using the witches was a masterclass. I mean, to actually have them as a conduit for all this, everything that was going on, and beautifully done. I was really intrigued by the set, the actual set. And you said that I kind of thought at one point it was going to be used. I think it was to create a new scene, but it was actually, as you said, breaking up to deconstructing. And then there was that thing about handing a chair around. Which was kind of it's not handing a line, but I thought, what the hell is going on with it? So I just wonder if someone can talk a little bit about what the thinking was behind and what, was that someone's idea or what?
The bloody director. It comes up with crazy notions and threw it at the cast to see what they would do with it. And just to test out their acting chops. And each night it's different. So they can place that chair anywhere, their own positioning, as long as they're forward and saying their lines. So in many ways it's a real acting challenge. But how did you feel about it?
Yes. What about some of the cast that are in that scene? Yeah.
I've always looked at that as we're kind of playing hot potato because we're kind of fermenting us amongst ourselves. We're sussing each other out. We're really upset by what just happened.
Yeah.
We know something's very, very wrong. But we're still hesitant about taking responsibility, so it's kind of like, you deal with it until we finally come together and decide,
And does it change every night?
The mood.
So you don't know you're getting it. So how often have you dropped it?
Not a single
Don't
time.
mark her on it. But I'll confess now, that scene's been rewritten because Lennox in the original has most of that speech. And I've segmented it and passed it around.
That's happened a lot. That happened more than once.
To the other characters to try and get a bit of energy going between everybody.
To share the lines.
Yeah, but it adds to the dramatic energy, I hope.
Can I ask Michael too? Because one of the great strengths in the production too is Michael's work too. I mean, the lights and it's fantastic. Maybe could you talk about, because I think for maybe sometimes an audience don't quite understand the thinking that goes in behind a technical design like that. Do you want to tell us something about your thinking?
So the thoughts about this one started very early when I was first approached to do this by the set designer Andrew Ferguson, who's designed these lovely things. And look, as you can see with them, we knew very early that we were enraptured with the idea of texture, and then from that, once you start looking at lighting something like this, it becomes obvious that you're going to be playing with a lot of light and shade and texture, and so that's really where we ended up going with it. And from the beginning, from the first production meeting, I mean, it was sort of our statement, wasn't it, David? It's back to basics.
Yeah.
Was really it, and we wanted to let the text really shine through. And so we ended up with quite sparse staging. And so when I came in, it was sort of, you know, looked at the rehearsal and was sort of going, what's going to work here? This is going to be really interesting. Because it was obvious everything was a bit larger than life, as it always was with Shakespeare. But we knew that we had to do something different as well, and very visually interesting and interactive with the text, while not detracting from it in any way. And so I ended up with this very interesting, impressionist, sort of multicoloured, textured thing, leading almost a little bit absurdist, a little bit Brechtian, but not really. And employed the use of quite a musical theatre style rig in the end, so that it could really shift and change and transition through all of these different environments seamlessly, because that was the other thing that you really tried to do, was that seamless transition thing. So it had to be very adaptable. And so it sort of developed from there. And then during the plot, I tend to work very organically. And so it sort of just then developed and came together as we worked on it through the production week.
And is that where the projection of the fighting, did that idea come from watching the beginning?
No, that
scene
was
with these
quite an
guys
early
fighting?
on thing that David and I had talked about. Wanted to expand the scene back and make it seem a lot larger than it was, and so my instant idea was like, well, we've got all these actors who have worked on this amazing fight choreography. Let's get them involved. So if you looked carefully, you would see it was only a few silhouetted figures. One weekend, we got the leads in here and we went, all right, do some of your fight choreography, set up a camera in front of a screen, and then sort of we got all these different takes, them doing different things, different groupings, all this stuff, and then I went and spent ages sort of rotoscoping them out, putting them into this background that was actually, I think, a photo that I took when I was on holiday in Mount Buller earlier this year or something, funnily enough. But yeah, that was an early thing that we knew we wanted to do. And so, yeah.
Do we have any more, or we can take it out into the foyer too?
Question for Hugh. You were aware of the weird sisters, metaphorical or corporeal, whatever they are, influencing this leader. If you were to spend time now, you had time now with a world leader.
Which one would you kill?
Oh!
Right. Yeah. I'm curious as to why me. Oh, that helps. Okay, cool. I'll tell him you said hi. Good question. Good question. Who's the most witchy affected world leader, apart from the obvious? But yes, there have been many plays. Julius Caesar's one. I'm sure there's been another Macbeth done where various people, orange men, have had their heads chopped off or been stabbed to death. So that's always a comforting thought.
Fantastic. Look, our cast have a matinee tomorrow, so I'll let them go home. But a big thank you to our fantastic cast, to Michael, to our terrific work,